Hi guys, and welcome to Silverstone. We're here today to do the California Superbike School Level 1. Now, I've actually done this before, precisely 10 years ago, and I actually got a lot from it. It's not the same, it's not like a normal kind of track school or a track day or anything like that. This is a genuine school that breaks down riding in all parts of a corner. So anyway, as I said, I come here, I want a refresher. All my bad habits have started to creep in again, and I just wanted to also see in the 10 years how the school has changed. You know, we're going to have our briefing and stuff soon, and then we'll be going out in the first session with no brakes. And weirdly, I actually kind of like no brakes, but it's been a while since I've done that, so yeah, let's see how it goes, shall we? Right, we're here with Gary, who's going to be my classroom teacher for the day. Now, Gary, obviously we've got 5 sessions. Could you give me a very brief précis of what we'll be doing each one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, the theme for the day is that we're going to stabilise the bike. That's the important thing for the level 1 students to do. And so first of all, we're going to be looking at the throttle, how it can affect the stability of the bike, the benefits that we get from applying the throttle correctly through the turns to make sure that the rider then starts to get a stable motorcycle. After that, we're then going to go on to looking at where we want to steer the bike. Choosing a place to steer it and making sure that that's a good place to steer the bike, so we end up with a good line as a result. After that, we're going to be looking at steering the bike itself, how we steer it and the benefits that we can get from steering the bike quickly rather than just taking a lazy arc through the turn. After that, then we'll be looking at our input into the motorcycle, how what we do with the bars while we're in the turns itself affects the bike and how the bike behaves, and how we can improve that by actually doing less with the controls when we're in the turns.
Yeah, see, I suffer from that because I tend to mid-turn quite often. I tend to hang on a bit too much.
Yeah.
I don't everywhere else, but for some reason when I'm doing it over, so that is going to address that issue.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll show you how to hang on to the bike rather than using the handlebars all the time.
Yeah.
Which of course improve your fatigue. You'll feel less tired as one of the benefits that you'll get from that.
And the last one?
Final thing we're going to do is we call the 2-step, and that's a visual drill, which leads us into the level 2 stuff. And the level 2 is all about visual skills and how we can use our eyes and make them work for us when we're riding. And so we're going to be looking at, again, using the turn point, looking into the turn and establishing a consistent position in the middle of the turn, because generally riders will look into the corner and steer the bike all at the same time. So we're going to break that down a little bit so we know exactly where we're going to put the bike before we commit to steering, so we can get consistent both at the turn point and in the middle of the turn itself.
Right, session 1 down, and I've got to be honest, I love no brakes on track. The reason is you get these 2 feelings and they hit you boom boom like that. The first feeling you get is, oh, I'm going too fast into the turn, and you get that. Then the second feeling you get is, oh, actually I can make it around this turn, even though it's a crazy thing. There's all sorts of different levels of riders. Some going a guzzy out there. It doesn't make any difference. We're all learning exactly the same thing here today, and this one was just about peeling on out of the turns, and you know, that's something I've already been practicing for years, but it was nice already, just 1 session down, it's nice to come and do it in the school environment. So that's brilliant, absolutely loved it. We're here with Mike, and this is Mike's first time?
Correct.
Why did you choose to come and do CSS, Mike?
I recognised through my daily riding that I needed to improve, and the motivation was to enjoy it more. So in a way, this is trying to cram a little bit more of the skill element into it in a day where I can focus on it, whereas I've got no other distractions.
That's fair enough, because you mentioned to me before we started filming about you've done some track days.
Yeah.
And you didn't actually enjoy them a great deal.
No. I recognised that I was getting in the way of everybody else. During my learning process, there's a lot of other people who were better than me, quicker than me, wanted to go faster than me. I didn't want to do that, so consequently I was concentrating more on what they were doing than what I was doing. So this is me doing it for myself, making sure that I can, you know, if I do want to do a track day in the future, I can keep up and I won't get in anybody's way.
But as for the other people being faster, there's always something faster. Just ask Rossi, there's always someone faster. Right, so we just had our second classroom session of the day. Now this one was about apexes and corner entry, and more specifically where to start your turning. You end up turning in a lot later in this exercise than you ordinarily would do. Now they've put some big white crosses out there on the track, and again, I remember the last time I did this, you go towards it and go, what? Way too late to do, but it worked last time, so I'm hoping it's going to work this time as well. Right then, just about to start our third session on track. Now this one is focusing on steering, specifically it's called the quick turn. You know how if you push your right handlebar like that, the bike will drop into a bend. Well, what they ask you to do is to essentially really give it a good old push on the same steering points that we did in the second session. Just had the last classroom session, and this one is called Relax. It's about relaxing yourself on the bike. We've just done the quick turn, and I and other people found that when you kind of do the quick turn, your arms are kind of a little bit locked because you've made quite an aggressive movement with the steering. So this is about doing the quick turn and then literally, just kind of relaxing yourself. I'll tell you what I have noticed. Right, we're just about to go and do the final thing of the day, which is called the two-step, which is to do with steering and looking. It is steering and looking, right? It's looking, mostly looking. I might have been thinking about boobs most of that classroom session, but yeah, so two-step anyway, it's gonna be fun. So then, you're at your leathers.
Yep, civvies.
Finished the day. I haven't told them what I think yet, but I want to hear from you. What did you take from this day?
The best bit for me was having the techniques and the practices broken down into bite-sized chunks. Having it delivered to you in the classroom and then being able to go out and try it, getting feedback straight away as to how you were doing, what you were doing wrong, coming back into the pits, being told about body position, all those sort of good things, and then being able to go back out on track and not be pestered by the coaches. They come when you need them or when they think they're needed. I just thought it was excellent. I really thought it was excellent. I could feel the difference being made as each session went on. I wouldn't say I got that much quicker because that wasn't my end game, but I would definitely say I now handle the bike better.
Right, so that's it, end of the day, and I've got to say, I really enjoyed myself. I get on with this system, the way they work things here. It was nice to have a refresher course because I had forgotten a lot of the stuff that I'd done a few years ago, and the last session's always great because you literally put all the things you've done during the day into one fluid movement, and it is amazing. And like I might have said earlier in pit lane, watching other people progress as the day goes on, and not in a way you see in a track day where someone just gets faster as the day gets on, but more confident, and the way they approach a corner is amazing. And so many people here have said to me, now it's been broken down into chunks. Like our friend Mike was saying, the corners now make sense and they're no longer afraid of them. I didn't come here to necessarily get any quicker. I just came here to kind of stay at my own pace but more comfortable. The upshot of that is you end up getting a little bit quicker anyway. This leads me on to something else. If you are expecting to come to CSS and have fun and ride around really quickly, this isn't for you. This is a genuine school. The range of speed is huge between the slowest person and the fastest person on track. It's absolutely huge. So yeah, you might find yourself up behind slow people, but the beauty of this is I didn't go past probably 60-70% today, but I was able to do all the different exercises every single time. And now what happens is next time I go out on a normal track day or on a test or whatever, I'll be putting all of that back into practice. And I was going to be happy to just do level 1, but I'm desperate. I want to come back and do level 2, which is, as far as I'm concerned, the big game changer. So if you come and do CSS, leave riding ego, all of that, just leave it at the door, leave it at the circuit entrance, okay? Just do what they say. If you don't, you're probably not going to enjoy yourself too much, all right? But if you just do what they say and take away from it what you can, then you'll probably have a really great day like so many people here have. And yeah, I think we'll come back and do level 2.